Yo, what goes down, everybody? Walker Dead here, back again with another video for you guys. This is Season 1, Episode 1 of my Clementine Lives miniseries titled A Really Bad Day. Yes, the wait is over, and I cannot wait for you guys to see this episode. So, before you guys do, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. As always, let's get into this episode now, shall we? The episode begins with a flashback. A younger Clementine is aiming the gun at Lee, but Lee's not shown. All we see is Clem crying, and in the background we hear Lee saying, "I will miss you." The next shot is Clem opening her eyes in its present day. It's on a Delta boat, and Clementine is looking around for AJ, and he's not there. What Clem does do, she gets on a boat and notices that AJ is on the other side, hanging on for dear life. Clementine just jumps off of the boat she was just on and jumps onto the other boat, grabs AJ and pulls him up. Clementine says, "You see that area right there?" AJ's like, "I don't know if I can do this, Clem." Clementine says, "Come on, AJ. I know you can do it. Just think and then jump. You got this." AJ's like, "Yeah, I got this." As he jumps to the other side safely, the boat is cracking and it's about to fall in the ocean, but there's mad walkers in the ocean. So what Clem does, which is really smart, she the middle part of the boat she was on, she gets on that part and she is just trying not to fall as mad stuff is coming out. She's trying not to fall as the fires just continue to burn. She just gets to the other side, gets down on the wooden thing with AJ, and they're about to leave, but unfortunately someone shoots an arrow at Clem, and this is one of the Delta members. The Delta member's like, "You really think you were gonna get a fucking way that easy? Hell no. Destroy our home, our boat, you're gonna die." As he is firing mad arrows. As one of the arrows are on the wood, Clementine grabs it and she just waits for the guy to walk up in front of him. The guy does, and Clementine just grabs the arrow and stabs it into the guy's foot. And he is just screaming, but Clementine then grabs Marlon's crossbow and shoots the guy in the head. This guy is dead. As they are running, they run into Lilly. Lilly grabs her crossbow as Clementine grabs Marlon's crossbow, and they're aiming at each other when AJ's watching. And Clementine's like, "You're pathetic, Lilly. You're abandoning your people when they need you most." Lilly says, "I learned that from Lee when he left me on the road." Lilly then says, "Nothing lasts, Clementine. Not friends, not family, not the people you call home. They'll all fall eventually. And besides, even if you are with them for too long, who knows, they might drag you along with them too. Just remember that." Clementine puts down her crossbow and says, "Good luck out there, Lilly. I hope you find your peace." As Lilly looks at Clem, a little shocked, but then gets this feeling of regret a little bit as she just leaves the area. They see the ship turning on the other side, meaning AJ and Clem has to go. They start running, and the boat falls into the other side, but that's when we see Clem and AJ falling onto the ground. But Clem picks herself up and sees a walker coming right at her. She's ready to kill the walker, but Luz then comes out of nowhere with a rock and kills the walker. Luz is like, "Oh my god, are you okay, Clem?" Clem kisses Luz and says, "That's how you school a walker." Luz is like, "Haha, very funny." As like two walkers are going after Violet, and Clementine puts them both down. Violet tells Clementine this doesn't change anything. Clementine says, "Fair enough." The next shot, we see James, Tenn, and the other boarding school members fighting off some walkers. We see Sophie, but we see Minerva on Tenn's side with the other boarding school members. Sophie has like a hatchet in her hand, and she's with the rest of the Delta members that are like still alive in that area. They are just fighting off mad walkers. Clementine sees this, starts running with Lewis and AJ and Valiant with the others to where the others are at. One of the Delta members says, "I had enough of these little shits. Put them down." The Delta member says, "Yes, ma'am." As everyone's everyone's taking cover because they're like firing back. Lewis says, "Clem, do something." Clementine says, "Hold on. All of you, run back to the car. I'll cover you." Lewis says, "Are you sure?" Clem says, "Absolutely. We got to get the fuck out of here." Lewis kisses Clem and says, "Be safe." Clem says, "You too." Clem grabs her crossbow and starts firing, killing mad walkers, giving everyone the advantage to get back onto the thing and get out of there. As Clementine is killing mad walkers, Sophie gets fucking bit on the arm and then bit on the face. She grabs the gun, killing the walker, but her face is just, I don't know, explain. Like, it's like not like burned off, but just like shot off. And mad blood is coming out. And Clementine sees this like, holy shit. Sophie screams, "Clementine! Fuck you!" Clementine grabs her crossbow and shoots Sophie through the neck. And the bomb goes off, alerting multiple walkers. She's like, "Damn. Sophie? Sophie!" AJ screams, "Tenn! Tenn, no!" As mad walkers come in on Tenn and Sophie, and they are just devouring them both. AJ screams, "No!" as he cries in sadness. Clem's like, "AJ, we gotta go. We gotta go, now. Come on, goofball. Come on. We gotta go." As AJ is running, he is crying. He is just upset. The next shot is James, and he grabs a gun and kills mad walkers, giving AJ and Clem the advantage they need to, like, you know, not get caught by the walkers. As AJ's tears dry, AJ's like, "James," as AJ and Clem run to him, and they just run, because if they don't, mad walkers will close them in their position. They go into this cave, and it is very dark, which is why James grabs a lighter, and he just gives it to Clem, and he says, "Find his way out." Clem says, "Sure, no problem." I mean, they're in the cave, but they notice mad walkers are trying to get in. Clementine grabs, finds like an old rag and grabs it. She then finds a big ass chunk of wood mixed with rock. So she grabs it and puts it into the river, blocking the river. But as you can see, it's like a straight bridge, so they can get across. AJ goes first as James goes second. The walkers bust through. Clementine grabs her knife and kills mad walkers. AJ screams, "Clem!" as Clem goes through, like she's walking on the bridge, but she's trying to be careful, because if she's not careful, then, you know, the bridge could collapse and she could, you know, die, which is why she's taking her beautiful time. And she gets to the other side as the bridge breaks and it goes down the river. James tells Clem, "Thank you so much for keeping your promise, and it really means a lot. If AJ was to, you know, kill Lilly, it would have ended in a very bad way." Clementine says, "Agree, and you're very welcome. Just I don't want him to become a murderer. That's not what I want." James then says, "Come on, we gotta find a way to get out of this cave." AJ gets mad at Clem and says, "Why do you have to make my friends go away, huh?" Clementine says, "AJ, I know what happened to Marlon and Tenn was horrible, but he just says, but nothing. They're my friends and they're gone. They're gone. And to be honest with you, Clem, I wanted to kill Lilly. I wanted to kill her. And it would have felt good. Clementine says, what'd you just say? He just says, you heard me. It would have felt good. Clementine says, Alvin Jr., that's not how I taught you. That's not how I raised you. Killing people, yeah, it's unavoidable these days. But you can't ever, and I mean ever, like it. Do you understand? AJ says, yeah. AJ then says, you can trust me, Clem, to make the tough calls. I feel like I'm old enough. You can trust me. Hell, show me how. Show me when, to do it and when not to do it. Clementine says no. AJ's like, you don't trust me? Clementine says, it's not that. I've been raising you since you were little. And for what I'm seeing, I still got a long way to go. AJ says, fine. He gets even madder and just runs away into one of the cave areas. Clementine screams, AJ! Clementine then says, come on, James, you gotta go get him. Come on, you gotta go get AJ. They get outside the cave. James says, I'm gonna go find AJ on this side. Clementine says, yeah, I'll go on this side. As Clementine is screaming AJ's name, there's no sign of him. But then Clementine sees something. She runs down and sees that it's AJ knocked out. And she's like, AJ, what happened? AJ, you okay? AJ, and then out of nowhere, this Delta member stabs Clementine with this knockout like serum, putting her to bed, and she just falls to the ground, and she is like, who are you? This Delta member grabs his walkie-talkie and says, sir, we have some new recruits. The leader says, good, bring them to me. As this person grabs his shoe and knocks out Clem. The next shot is a flashback of the past, and in this flashback, it's like a dream sequence that Lee is having. In a flashback, you can hear Doug, and Doug's like, why'd you do it, Lee? Why'd you kill me? Lee's like, I didn't kill you. Doug says, well, that's not how it was back at the trial, Lee. Story changing? Lee says, you're better off dead than having to starve here with the rest of us. Doug's like, oh, is that what you think? Like, you love Sam? She never loved you anyway. What are you looking for, Lee? Forgiveness? A second chance? I'll give you another chance. Can you save me now? Ah! And then boom, like the bullet, like the gun goes off, and that blood is on his face as he gets screaming, and he just wakes up in the mortuary. Lilly says, Lee, we got company. Lee looks at these two mysterious characters, and it is revealed to be Andy and Danny St. John. They're like, hey, we're St. John brothers, we're just looking for gas, blah blah blah. Lee just gets this uncomfortable like feeling from them, and he's like, I don't know about these people. That's what he's thinking. Danny St. John's like, oh, how you all doing on food? We got plenty back at the dairy. Lilly's like, dairy? Lee looks to Lilly and says, I don't know. Lilly, in a bitchy way, says, well, you're still going. Lee says, whatever. You take Carly, Ben, Mark, and Jason with you. Lee says, fair enough. The next shot is Clem waking up in this jail cell, but she isn't really tied up. She is just looking around the jail cell, and she is like, AJ, as one of the guards like comes in like her cell. One of these guards is like a Delta member, and this Delta member's like, you kill my friends, you stupid bitch. And then the leader comes and says, hey, enough. That's not how we treat our guests. If I were you, I would back off. This Delta member says, yeah. Yes, sir. The leader comes in the room and it is revealed to be Jason. Jason's like looking at Clem and he's like, oh my god. Clementine, it's you? Clem's like, Jason? Shit. How did you? Clementine tells Jason, I've been surviving years on my own. Jason's impressed and he's like, holy shit! That's insane! Wait. Where's Lee? Clementine tells Jason Lee didn't make it. Clementine says, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, that's what Jason says, and he's like, oh, I'm like, damn. You've been out there all by yourself all these years? That takes guts, Clem. That's crazy. Come on. I'll show you around. Welcome to the Delta, Clementine. As you can see, we have our own solar panels and all old food. Our own of everything. Clementine's like, wait, you were the one ordering your people to take all these kids? You ordered Lilly to... Jason says, now wait a minute, I may be the leader, but you know I would do no such thing. Lilly, well, we're married, in case you didn't know. Lily's actions are her own. Tell me, what'd she do? Clementine tells Jason that she tried to have one of my friend's fingers removed, like cut clean off. Jason's like, what? That's unacceptable behavior. When she gets back, I will definitely talk to her. And her crew, what's left of them at least. When you want anything, water, food, medicine, what do you need? Clementine says, where's AJ? Jason says, come on, I'll take you to him. See? He's right here. AJ's like, Clem! Jason locks the cell and says, don't worry, just stay here. I'm gonna get some food, water. Just stay here. Clementine's like, Jason? Jason's like, don't worry, just stay there, okay? Trust me. Clementine says, AJ, are you okay? AJ says, yeah, I'm fine. Really fine. You? Yeah, I'm fine, kiddo. We hear this mysterious voice. And this mysterious voice is like, Clem? Clementine looks, and it is revealed to be Kenny. Kenny's like, holy shit. He's amazed, and he is like, holy smokes. Like, he's in shock by this, and Clem and Lee just have this reunition, and it is really touching. And Kenny's like, what happened at Wellington? And Clementine's like, Wellington was destroyed, unfortunately. Me and AJ have been surviving on the road for many years. Kenny's like, damn, it must not been easy for you. You saw Jason, right? Yeah, I can't believe he's here. And get this, he's married to Lilly. And Kenny's like, what? Fucking bitch. Oh my god, fucking witch. I'm gonna fucking... When I find that fucking... If I see that fucking lady, I'm gonna fucking gush your eyes out for fucking leaving this in that fucking RV. Fucking taking Jason with him. Fucking kidnapping fucking Jason. Fucking taking the RV. Fucking idiots. I'm gonna fucking... Ah! Kenny says, calm down. Clem says, that's what Clem says to Kenny, and Kenny's like, you're right, I'm sorry. Kenny sees AJ, and he's like, Alvin Jr.? And AJ's like, yeah, you're Kenny. AJ been telling me about you since I was a little kid. Wow, look how big you got. Look how big you have gotten. Wow. And boom, that's the end of the episode. I know it was a fast-paced short episode, but I just wanted this episode to be really, emotional, really action-packed, and really just, dive into the feels of what it's all about, the characters. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for season 1 episode 2 coming hopefully next week. I don't know yet, but I mean, if anything changes, I'll definitely keep you posted. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, peace out.